reaching out to us and say, we want to show it. First, we'll introduce your names and then we'll go from there.
Okay, thank you for having us. My name is Javier Agudo. I'm originally from Venezuela, but I live here in Berlin on one of the Berlin segments I did.
My name is Juliane Block. I'm from Germany, one of the Berlin segments, and one of the Indonesian segments is from me.
I'm Thiago Gonzalez. I'm from Colombia. I directed one of the Colombian segments also. And now I'm in Berlin.
So, okay, first of all, congratulations. I think you really are into something. It happened a lot of the last 10 years of this kind of a experimental collective sharing direction. In my opinion, this is the first time that it really works. Because the story was there before, it's a thoughtful story. Usually in this collaboration experience, there's always missing a line. Because collaborating, you want to make everyone saying something, you want to have everyone to put the same way the meaning inside, and then find the story inside. This time it's really, the story is there and you can follow it, and that gives a chance to everyone to contribute in a stronger way. I would like to know, who's behind that? Who decided to create this? Who contacted you, and how did it work?
Well, the group originates in Detroit. It's called Collab Future. It was founded by Martin and Bonner, which may have been watching right now. And so they created this concept of filmmakers collaborating because a lot of filmmakers can do more than just one. And so they reached out, and I think each one of us just applied to be part of the group. And we've been working, I joined in 2009. We did a first feature film. Yango was also there, and Julian came later. And so that's how it originated.
Maybe how we wrote the script, because the script was also written by everyone. We started pitching ideas, so everyone who was early on board pitched ideas. So the idea was every segment ends with a dilemma, and then the character can choose either do this or that, and then the next one can just pick a choice and come up with an idea what can happen afterwards. So it's really not that they wrote the script, but all of us.
There was no final the story was literally written by everyone without any final.
Well, we could vote on, basically the idea was there, a man is at the train station, the train doesn't arrive, so what does he do? Does he wait, or does he go home? And then on his way home, things can happen. So it was kind of like the given premise was that it was a story about choices. So.
There are also segments that came after a lot of the segments were shot, so we needed some segments to get everything together. So for example, the last one, which was one of the Detroit segments, the last one with the security guard, that was the one who was needed to put everything together in a way, and that came afterwards.
How did it work, the collaboration? I mean, you are all in different countries, and you have to say your word, you have to say your opinion to others. What was it, like Skype, or how did it work?
Actually, they made a system, a site very organized in internet, just like particular for this project. And so we're talking about each subject in different forums, and we're voting. We have tasks. We have it's a site that is remember you what you have to do. What should there is something new. There's something to watch. and there was like a structure that it was like a tree, so you could see which line of the story where you fit in better, and then when you liked something, then you could propose an idea. You make a pitch, and then this pitch was voted, and then you wrote the screenplay, then the people get feedback in your screenplay, you write it again, feedback again, you do that again. And then when you have the green light, you show the pictures of your locations, of your character, of everything, then you have the green light to shoot. And then, yeah, when we were cutting, which we were making like a cut, and people were giving you advice, and I mean, we're cutting again, and then it came to a final editor. Yeah, it was
6 years.
2000, yeah.
6 years, okay, because of
Six, yeah.
And I guess, okay, so they created this website, this
Collab feature.
Collab feature, it's called. I guess this website is still there, and you guys are still active somehow. I mean, after the movie ended,
I mean, we're now more active than ever.
Yeah.
Because we're showing the movie. We came out on Amazon last week.
Yeah.
And so everyone's active now promoting and organizing screenings in their own countries.
wow.
So we were in LA last week, Berlin, Chicago, and we're in Switzerland. I don't know, there are screenings everywhere.
Of course. Yeah, you have about 40. The teams are always with the director, kind of like the. Is it more like how many people are in this forums? More than 40. More than the 40 directors.
Well, there are different projects. So this is the second feature film. So the first one was out in 2012. So that is on iTunes, I guess, and also
What's the name of that?
The Owner. So that had a forum, and then like Train Station has a forum, and then basically there's another series going on. I don't know how many filmmakers. I think it's like 100 or more. I mean,
But my question was, in the forum, is everyone involved or just the director? Like,
sorry, just the
Just the
directors.
directors.
Yeah. There's, I think, one actor, so they teamed up his team, but usually just the filmmaker. So
All right.
most filmmakers are the producer, the writer, and the director. Is actually very common to have one person.
Yeah.
Questions?
How was it financed?
Yeah.
Okay, so every filmmaker was responsible for their own segment financially. So that's why also you see differences in quality sometimes. So some segments had a lot of, or not a lot, but more budget than others. There was a base budget from the guys in Detroit for legal stuff, the website, getting hard drives shipped, like, you know, the operation, the basic operations. But basically, I don't know, my segment, I financed myself out of my own pocket.
I think everyone. Yeah, I did too. Well, the thing is, like, also the Indonesian one was like a very tiny crew. I think it was like 3 people and shot it. So I guess there are plenty of those actually in the movie.
Yes, actually, something is that they encourage us to make things that are good in the screenplay more than in the big production. It's not very amazing because we're having big effects or big things. I mean, it's just how to make with few. I mean, but when we are a lot, that it becomes bigger. I mean, because that's the thing. Yeah. It's small productions. We're always like, I'm in Colombia, saying to friends to get food from here, saying, yeah, help us, help permission here, help everything, like to self-finance many things also.
And how is it gonna be the revenue? Like, how is it gonna be divided? Any money that this movie would make?
Okay.
Not to be too soon, if you feel like.
Yeah, there's actually that big thought about it. And each one of us, we contribute in different things. We're not only the directors, producers, but we have other tasks.
Yeah.
For example, I'm in charge of press. Juliana was in charge of composers. and I don't know if
You
you were
was translating things.
translating. So and you get points
Yeah.
for each task.
Yeah.
And the more you do, and the more you're involved,
Yeah.
you get more points. So there's a point system that eventually, when it gets to sharing any revenue,
Yeah.
it would go through that point system.
Okay.
This is Karl Marx 2.0. No, but I totally believe it's not only for movie makers, but for anything. That's the direction. That's what we have to do. And it's amazing to see that after 20 years of using the internet for cats videos, we start to see something that really works. It's really good. Yeah, this reminds me of saying, guys, it's available on Amazon.
Yeah.
And also Vimeo pay-per-view. Yeah, Vimeo on demand. So you watch it for free because you are special people. Yes, very much. But you could suggest it to other people to watch and to.
And what you can actually do, if you want to support it, just go on Amazon. You don't have to buy it or anything, but just write a small review or just a comment, and that would really be helpful.
Yeah.
Amazon.de and .com and whatever.
So again, reviews, anything, just spare your time. It's really, really appreciated. It works. Even if you don't know anyone that would ever buy a movie online, if you tell to them, then they maybe will tell someone else, and then that someone else maybe is the kind of person who buys. That's how it works. That's exactly how it works. So you don't have to have the solution yourself, but if you push, you make the information goes around, and information is like electricity. It will go to the right person eventually. Just push it. Just push it. How it works. Questions?
Did you know it would take 6 years when you started?
No.
Maybe repeat the question because I didn't hear on the other side.
The question was if we knew it would take 6 years to do it. No, I think none of us. Actually, our lives changed. My life totally changed. Like, I have a kid. When I started, there were no obligations whatsoever. I think same here.
Yes, for me, I was shooting the movie just before I moved to Europe, and I was in a big choice of moving or not moving. Or so for me, it was quite strong. And now to see with time, like it's closing a lot of emotions also. And I see the film and it's kind of growing, but I also didn't expect that it was going to last that much. I mean, I shot with my cousins that they were children now at that time. Now they are bigger than me. Yeah.
You did the children part?
Yes.
Which one? The final?
The one with the train.
The one with they build the trains.
Yes.
All right. Those are your cousins.
Yes.
I think we're all different filmmakers now than we were then. Of course, learned and evolved. It's interesting to look back and see that.
Yeah, Javier, you were at Bodinale. Which year was that?
I don't remember. What's 3 or 4 years ago?
Yeah.
Bodinale 2, I think it was.
Okay, so it was 3.
Yeah. I had Berlin Junction.
Berlin Junction.
Yes.
Yeah, that one is also another one that you should check. Berlin Junction, I think could be possible to find it.
It's on Amazon.
Yeah, it's on Amazon. And on the Bodinale Fair, we don't have the forum yet. We're going in that direction. But at least we have all the archive of all the movies from past years. You can browse them and find information about the directors that joined. It's, I think, 380, 390 movies so far in 5 editions. So yeah, it's.
Congratulations.
I mean, it's a really. We are blessed because we have so many of you guys that come. And without that, it would be useless. Question, guys?
Are you going to do another one?
Oh, yeah. Is it coming in? I mean, are you going to work with the?
There is a lot of projects. There is one specifically going on. The series is called Billion to One. I'm not participating on that one, but there is a sci-fi project developing, and
What's the name of it?
I don't think it has a name yet.
Very new. I think they just started to ask like who wants to, like, I mean, now train station is out there, so it's kind of like, okay, people have a little bit brain space again to focus on something new. Same here, like I'm not part of building because I just found it too much. It was just kind of like also this whole, okay, we have to do something because also filmmakers who are not active, which is fair, eventually just get kicked out of the project after they, let's say, several months don't do anything. And yeah, I mean, you have to see like what's important in your life, and at some point you have to earn money. So it's kind of like how many projects can you do? But there are ongoing projects.
Yeah, I mean, there are ideas also from within, like what could happen. There was like a idea of making documentary. I say they could participate maybe on this, but I mean, it's still just ideas. And as we know already, because I mean, already participating on the other two ones, when it was the thing of the series, I had to say no, because I mean, I also have to have a life. Yeah, I mean, there are also on my personal projects that have to advance, and this is long time. So yeah, I mean, but as experience, it's great because it's not your film as you are used to be like the director and to make decisions and people accept, or I mean, but you have the final. Yeah, this is something that we are. The film belongs to everyone, and it develops a very interesting critic abilities to say. I mean, you cannot say this is shit. You have to say, hey, what if you put the shot like this? What if we take out this? What if we put the sound? I could give you an image of this. I mean, it's our film, so that's a big. I mean, I personally learned a lot. Yes.
But also, the idea is to have several projects developing at the same time. So we are a lot of filmmakers.
Yeah.
So the idea is, yeah, to develop, not just one, but several.
So, are you still doing some private projects, like as an individual, like old school?
Well, right now, because all of my life kind of changed and I have a family, etc., now I have a normal job, if you call it that way, but I mean, it's a production company. I manage the post-production of the company, so I'm still doing films, but in a different capacity, and whenever I feel ready, I will do anything on my own.
Actually, I shot last year a feature film. It's right now in post-production, and hopefully another one.
You have a baby, you finish this, and you finish the feature last year.
Yes, I put my baby in the movie. So he actually has a very small role in the movie, so I thought and he did quite well. So yeah, and there was another feature which might go into production this year, but that one is already also like I think 2 or 3 years in development, or even longer. So yeah, fingers crossed.
Yeah, by my side, I'm working more in documentary. So I'm developing a project in Western Sahara. So it's a country that is divided by a wall, and many people live in refugee camps. And yeah, it's a very complicated political subject because it's a big censorship in Europe, so it has not been easy. But I'm still on it. I also work with refugee children here in Hohenschönhausen. And we're also developing a project. They're making a puppet film with also mixed with documentary about the Princess Europe who came to Europe as migrant crossing the Mediterranean Sea. So yes, that's what is going on.
I don't know if you were here when we showed the workshop. We are doing a series of stop motion workshop in Zukunft Kino this year. So, until next month, Sunday, not tomorrow, the next one. And they are definitely open for children. They've been working also with the children from a refugee camp here 2 days ago. So So maybe if you're interested, just because they have a lot of space and they are really building puppets and they'll be making movie every day. Yeah, I'll see later if there's Marcus still here. Okay, he was around. Here, yeah, you have to talk. I didn't see you. You two should talk.
Questions? Then I think we can wrap it up for today. Guys, thank you so much for coming, for sharing this information. It was train station. So that's it for tonight. We're done. Day 3 is concluded. We come back tomorrow. Remember, tomorrow, only tomorrow, we start at 5, 1 hour before. Because it's Sunday and maybe people can have a bit more time to watch. We see each other tomorrow if you want to come. Lupo start a party right now. Enjoy. This room will be completely empty pretty soon, so don't get too comfortable. Remember, you can vote on the Facebook events. There will be a poll tomorrow for the movie of today. Enjoy your Saturday. Have fun.